Welcome back to my channel. As you can see in today's video, I am going to be swapping my YouTube screen time for reading. So for this vlog, I have taken a week in August, and from Sunday to Saturday I'm going to see what screen time I used each day on YouTube, and then that's how much I have to read that day. I hope that makes sense. It should do. I've seen lots of vlogs recently where they use Instagram, YouTube, social media in general, so I thought I mainly use YouTube alongside probably Instagram, but yeah, I chose YouTube. So for this particular Sunday, I'll pop it on the screen now. I watched YouTube for 36 minutes. This is not a typical day for me. I am definitely on YouTube more than that. However, I was on holiday on this particular day, so that might be why it is lower. But yeah, it's gonna be set on the timer for 36 minutes, and then we will see how far I get. The book I am currently reading is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. I'm really enjoying this one. It follows 3 different women up to now. I have heard some things about the book, and I'm not going to say it on here just in case you haven't, but it follows 3 different women over 3 different timelines. So we have a young girl called, I think it's Maria, but I think it's in Spain in 1532. We then follow somebody called Charlotte, I think in 1827 London, but I haven't met her yet. And we also follow a lady called Alice, or a girl called Alice, who is from 2019 Boston. So we've got a variety of years and a variety of different types of women. But yeah, really enjoying it so far. Don't want to give too much away, but as it stands at the minute, I highly recommend. It's not something I've read before, but yeah, I definitely like V. Schwab's style of writing. Some people don't, however, I really like it, and it's, yeah, that's all I can say on it really. I'm just enjoying it. So what I will do is I will set the timer for 36 minutes and we will get reading. So I am setting the timer for 36 minutes. It's literally just, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, set the timer and we shall get going. That is my time up. I don't know if you can see, but it's basically finished. I managed to read 18 pages in 36 minutes, which is probably about average for me, to be fair. I am up to chapter 11 of Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I still haven't been introduced to, I think we said Charlotte from London. Still haven't had a point of view yet, which is bizarre, and I don't know if there's a reason for that. However, obviously I've had more story about Alice and Maria. I have to say Maria I find really interesting. So she is the lady from Spain, and the year for Maria is 1532 in Santo Domingo. That's where she lives in Spain, or where she does move during it, but I'm not going to go into the book too much because I don't want to spoil it for people. But yeah, I really like her perspective. I do enjoy Alice's as well, but Maria, there's just something about her I really like. I just like her feistiness, I think. But yeah, that's my reading done for today, as in reading the amount of time that I've scrolled on YouTube. However, I will be reading more of this book. This book is 533 pages, I think. So what I'm hoping to do is at least finish this in this vlog, or even maybe start another one. But it just depends on how many hours or minutes per day I have to read, judging on what I've viewed on YouTube each day. But yeah, enough of me rambling, and I will see you tomorrow for the next part of this challenge. It is now the next day. As you can see, I'm in different clothing for a start, and today I'm going to be reading for the amount of time I watch YouTube on the Monday. I'm going to put the image on the screen here just so that you can see it. And I read for, I keep saying I read all the time. I watched YouTube for a total of 1 hour and 32 minutes on the Monday. So that basically means I have to read for at least 1 hour and 32 minutes today. I can't see that being a problem. I don't have a lot going on today, and this morning in particular, I'm basically on my own. I think the time is now coming up for about 10 o'clock. So I'm just about to go make myself a hot cup of tea and get some breakfast. I was up a little bit later today. I didn't feel so good yesterday afternoon. So yeah, I'm going to go and make myself a drink and some breakfast, and then I'm going to get on with the reading. I will set the timer. And yeah, I'll see you on the other side. I'm hoping, like I say, to get it done this morning. Just get it done in one sitting. And then I'm going to try and continue. I'm just going to let you know how I got on with yesterday's reading. So obviously, when I finished my part of the video with yourselves yesterday, I was on page 92, I think. And then I read till page 147 in bed last night, so we are getting there. We still have only had Alice's and Maria's POVs. I've not yet met Charlotte. I did have a quick flick through the book. I didn't read anything, but I'm just like curious to see when she is going to come into play in the book. And it is literally, I will show you if I can. Not that you're probably bothered, but it's just intriguing that it's going to be quite... So we don't get to Charlotte until we've got that much left in the book, which I think that's all Maria and Alice, which I think is crazy. But obviously there will be reasons for that I'm yet to find out. And I'm not looking at any spoilers because basically it just gives the people's name at the beginning of their POV, so no spoilers whatsoever. But yeah, enough of me rambling on, and I will see you when I've done some reading. I am now down to 44 minutes and 35 seconds, and I just wanted to pause at the end of like a part of a chapter. This book is really, really good, and as I've said, I don't want to spoil it too much. It is based around 3 different women over 3 different time periods. We obviously are very much following their life story, so it's very character driven, and I've just found a little bit about it, and it just says that their stories do intertwine, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works. And it just says, linked by a shared vampiric fate, each woman grapples with themes of hunger, freedom, desire, and the darker aspects of immortality, exploring how power and vulnerability manifest in their lives. The novel uses a unique structure and stunning prose to reveal a layered narrative about the consequences of wanting too much. I just pulled that up off Google. At the minute, I am down to page 170, I'm in Maria's POV again at the moment, and something has just literally happened, and it's really like I can't wait to see what happens next. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and I will probably now come back to you when I've finished the rest of the time for today and see where we're up to. So I've just paused it now as I'm coming to a second away from finishing my time. I managed to get to page 193, so I think I'll have to work it out and get back to you tomorrow how many I've read in total today. But yeah, I've got no more updates with regards to the book. Like I say, I'm just following different POVs. I think at the moment we've finished Maria's and we've gone more into Alice's. But I will probably be reading more of this today. So what I will do is, like I say, I'm up to page 193 now, but I'll let you know how many pages I've read the rest of today when we look at how many minutes we have to read tomorrow. But yeah, that's my update, and I will see you tomorrow. Firstly, please excuse the state of me. I've not long got up. I've washed my hair, but I'm yet to dry it off properly, so it looks a bit fuzzy, and I obviously haven't done any makeup. But I just wanted to obviously get this part of the challenge started today. I will pop Tuesday's YouTube viewing amount up here. I've got a feeling it's around 1 hour 24 or 26 minutes, I'm not quite sure, so that's obviously how much I need to read today at least. Yesterday we finished on page 193 when I last spoke to you. If you are joining this mid-vlog, I am reading Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. Yeah, I finished on 193 yesterday, but then I went to bed last night and I actually read up to page 283. So I read an extra 90 pages in bed, which is amazing. So I'm hoping to get another good chunk done today and then maybe finish this book tomorrow. But we will see. I've got a busy day ahead. I've got lots of cleaning to do in the house. I'm getting to that point where we are changing our decor to the autumn stuff, and also we have my son's birthday tomorrow as I'm filming this, so I'm trying to just get organised for that as well. But yeah, just wanted to start the day's challenge, and obviously I will catch back up with you. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to vlog in between. As I say, it's really busy today, and possibly tomorrow a little bit as well, but we will see where we are, and obviously I'll just update you as and when I can. So I'm currently down to 51 minutes and 44 seconds. It's about 20 past 5, so I'm probably going to do a lot more of my reading in bed this evening. However, I just wanted to quickly talk about this book a little bit more. I've said it many a time, we're following 3 different POVs. Maria, we seem to be following her life, where she comes across different people. And Alice, we're more in Alice's POV at the moment. I'm currently on page 297, and she didn't live in... Where did Alice live? She moved away. She lived in Scotland, Alice. We find out that she lived in Scotland, and she's moved to Boston for a fresh start. And a lot of Alice's POV is the present timeline, but then she has flashbacks to with her and her sister. And I'm just now wondering whether we're going to see the reasons why she moved and the way she is. I know some people don't like Alice's POV because it's very modern. We have a lot of mention of, you know, social media, laptops, all that kind of thing, and some people think it can take you out of the story. However, I'm actually starting to really enjoy her POV as well. Still not met Charlotte. However, I feel like I have some theories now. I'm not obviously going to say anything to you because I want people to read this book because it's excellent. However, yeah, I'm like over 50% of the way through now, easy. But I just wanted to quickly update you on a little bit more because I've had some little bits of thoughts. But yeah, I definitely think this Charlotte is the link between Maria and Alice, but I could be totally wrong. These are just my theories that I'm voicing to you. But yeah, I'm going to carry on, and I will hopefully get back to you later on this evening with some final thoughts before I maybe go to bed. So it's the next day of the challenge, and today is really busy. We've got people coming round, and I'm actually going out this afternoon, and people coming back tonight because it's my youngest's birthday. So I wanted to obviously try and start this challenge today. I'll put the screen time up here for YouTube again for the Wednesday. This was 1 hour and 36 minutes. I'm hoping that I can do this in bed tonight whilst, you know, when I go to bed. But we will see how I get on, and I will let you know tomorrow. We'll have a bit more of a catch up. Good morning, it's the next day. As I said yesterday, things were really, really busy, hence the reason why I just sort of told you where I was up to and then said I'd let you know how I got on. So I'm going to rewind just a tad on this challenge just to fill you in, because I think some bits you don't know. So I'm looking down because I've made some notes. So Tuesday, I read for 1 hour and 24 minutes for the challenge part, and in that time I read 45 pages, which isn't, I don't know whether it's the book style or what, but that's quite slow, I would say, for me in 1 hour and 24. But I finished on page 327 on that day, and read an extra like 11 pages in bed, so that took us up to page 327. Then yesterday, obviously, it was my son's birthday, and I needed to read for 1 hour and 36 minutes. And like I said, my majority of the reading was going to be done of an evening when everybody had gone home. And yesterday, in 1 hour and 36 minutes, I read 52 pages. And then I read an extra 13 pages, which took us up to 65 pages in total yesterday, which isn't bad for a day where it's my son's birthday. And we ended on page 403. And that basically means, as of today, I have literally 130 pages left of this book to read. I would love to get a big chunk of that done today if possible. I feel like this one has took me a long time. However, that's not always a bad thing, because I would much rather enjoy the story than try to rush through it, and I really am enjoying this one. So today's time for the Thursday, I'm going to pop it up here now, is 1 hour 18 minutes. I'll be able to smash that easy today. I've not got anything on, so the plan is to just get reading basically and chill a little bit today after a busy day yesterday. This book, obviously, I keep saying it, but it's following 3 POVs, and we have now finally met Charlotte. I've had a lot of Charlotte's POV. I can now see how they are linking together, which is great. And yeah, there's still obviously things to work out in here, and I don't obviously want to go into that too much, but yeah, it's great to see the links between the 3 characters, and it's just been so cleverly done, because we are literally following, like I say, 3 different time periods. We've gone from 1532 right the way through to 2019, and obviously lifestyles are very different. In the earlier years, in the earlier periods, we've got like the balls. Women are very much meant to you know, find a suitor and marry somebody. It's totally different to the way life is now, and we see that difference between the younger years in the book and then obviously coming to more present day. But yeah, enough of me waffling. We are gonna get on with this challenge. Like I say, I want to smash it today, really. I'd love to get it finished, but I think 130 pages of this particular book might be a far stretch, but we shall see. But yeah, let's get on with it. Please ignore the state of me. I feel like I've got a big spot coming on my face here. Anyway, today we are going to be reading for the amount of time I watched YouTube on the Friday, which was 2 hours and 13 minutes. I will pop it up here somewhere. Before we go into that though, I just wanted to reflect on yesterday. I haven't actually got the book with me, it's downstairs, but yesterday I had to read for 1 hour and 18 minutes and smash that. That was really easy to do, and I got up to page 444, so I read 41 pages in that hour and 18, which is, again, like I said before, quite slow for me. But then I did finish the book yesterday. It took me a while to get through, but yeah, I completely finished the book and I can't rate it highly enough. It was amazing. The ending was fabulous. I just loved it. I can't say more than I loved it. So if you haven't read this book yet and you feel like it might be a bit out of your comfort zone, I'd say go for it. I felt very much the same way and I've really enjoyed it. And V. Schwab is definitely someone who I want to read more of her back work. I know she did the Addie LaRue book. I can't think what the title is of it, but I know she's done that one, and I think there are others as well, so I would love to go back and read some of them now, knowing that I like her style of writing. But yeah, brilliant book, can't say any more. But then obviously today, for the last 2 days of this challenge, I'm going to start a new book, and that is going to be, I'm going to take it on, this is from my September TBR, and we're going to take on Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. I think this is classed as a romantasy, and it just says, if you're not terrified, you're doing it wrong. The gods sent monsters to the 5 kingdoms to remind mortals they must kneel. I've spent my life kneeling to their will and to my father's. As a princess, my only duty is to wear the crown and obey the king. I was never meant to rule, never meant to fight, and I was never supposed to be the daughter who scaled an ancient treaty with her own blood. But that changed the fateful day I stepped into my father's throne room, the day a legendary monster hunter sailed to our shores, the day a prince ruined my life. Now I'm crossing treacherous lands beside a warrior who despises me as much as I despise him, bound to a future I didn't choose and a husband I barely know. Everyone wants me to be something I'm not, a queen, a spy, a sacrifice. But what if I refuse the role chosen for me? What if I make my own rules? What if there's a power in being underestimated? So, really looking forward to this one. This was released, I think this was July or August this came out. It's a relatively new release. I've been looking forward to it. But again, I've picked a chunky one. This is, I think it's 634 pages. So there's no way I'm going to finish this book in this vlog. But if you want like an overall rating of this book, I'll probably be doing a reading wrap up for you to go and watch. Enough of me rambling on, and let's just get on with reading some of this book. So like I say, today I need to read for 2 hours and 13 minutes. So I'm gonna get myself ready for bed and yeah, get cozy, get comfy and get reading. last night I managed to read for the 2 hours and 13 minutes that I took away from a Friday in August. I have started Shield of Sparrows. I think I'm nearly 100 pages in. I just wanted to quickly just talk about the beginning bit of the book, really, because I don't want to give plot away and things. That's not fair on anybody. This book it introduces you to obviously the characters in the story and the world building, and obviously we'll be continuing to do that. I've made some notes here just so that I can remember what I want to say. So we've been introduced to the two princesses, who are Odessa and May. These are both half sisters, and Odessa lives with her father, who rules this part of the kingdom, I think, if I'm getting it right. And May is his other daughter, and she is Margot's daughter. So Odessa, I don't think I've come across what's happened to her mum yet, but I just know she lives with her stepmum. So, yeah, the two princesses. Odessa has been assigned, if you like, to marry her father's general, who is called Banner, and there is like a 15-year age gap. There's not really any love there or anything. It's just done out of like necessity, I suppose. It's arranged marriages. And May has been chosen as the Sparrow, and this Sparrow is supposed to be like this gentle, soft person, and he had to choose which princess was going to be the Sparrow, and he chose his other daughter, May. Now, May, at the beginning of the book, we find out she's not so sweetness and light. Not anything horrific up to now, but she's just not what everybody thinks she might be. And this story is being told from Odessa's point of view, so that might be another reason. But yeah, she's been chosen as a Sparrow, and the Sparrow has to marry, is it the Crown Prince? I think it's the Crown Prince of another kingdom. And basically this is part of a treaty, and it's to make sure that all these 5 kingdoms are kept in peace, basically, and stay peaceful. So I do have a little map I will show you now. Let me see if I can get it. So this is the world, and then obviously we have the kingdoms within. The two sisters are from Quentis, and I think, if I'm right, the Crown Prince will be from Turah. I hope I'm saying these names right. And at the beginning of the book, there's going to be a meeting, and it's the Turans. They are coming over to Quentis to have a meeting with Odessa and May's father. And a guardian is coming as well. I'm not sure what the guardian is, but I know Banner, who is to marry Odessa, has a bit of a backstory there as well, which I won't tell you anything about. It's good for you to read the book. But yeah, I am really enjoying it. I don't know if any of that waffle made sense, but I tried to make notes so that I could give you as much info as possible, but without spoiling anything. But yeah, that was yesterday, and then obviously today I am going to be doing the last day of the challenge, and today is the biggest day. And on that Saturday that I chose, I'll put a picture here now, I watched YouTube, and this is probably more of a normal time for me, which is awful to admit, but I watched YouTube for 3 hours and 19 minutes. So today, that's what I need to read for. I should be able to smash it out. I'm going to do a bit of reading throughout the day. I'm off today. So I won't do it all in one sitting because that would just be too much. But I think what I'll probably do is you might see some clips of me reading, and then I'll probably get to you maybe at the end of the time now, just because I don't want this video to be too long, and it's already about half an hour, I think. So yeah, we will catch up at the end of this challenge. And obviously, yeah, I'm hoping to smash it today. I've read for the amount of times all week, and yeah, obviously that's the aim of the game. So without further ado, I'm just gonna leave you here and continue to read my book, and we'll catch up at the end of the challenge. So it's actually a few days later now since I completed the YouTube challenge, where I swapped my YouTube viewing time for reading. So I selected a week in August, and then obviously I've took each day from that week, and the time I'd viewed on YouTube I converted into reading time. So I am pleased to say that I completed the challenge. So every day we had a set amount of time to read, and I did that. The Saturday, I think, was the last day, and I think I had over 3 hours to complete, which I did, I think, in a couple of parts. I was reading Shield of Sparrows. I still am. I'm a bit further on now, obviously, since I last updated the vlog, but obviously I don't want to give stuff away, and I sort of told you what it was about at the beginning. And in a nutshell, I think I'd said one of the girls were going to be chosen as the Sparrow, and it wasn't the one they thought was going to be chosen, and it was, I can't think of her name. My goodness, everything's like slipping away from me. Let's just check. Her name is, if it comes back to me, I'll pop it on the screen here somewhere. But yeah, really enjoying it so far. A good few hundred pages in now, and I obviously don't want to keep telling you lots of the plot points, but basically the prince chooses a different daughter to the one they thought she was going to choose, and we go from there, and she's going to be living in his kingdom. So there's 5 like kingdoms, and they're interconnected. Yeah, I can't say much more than that, to be honest. I'm absolutely shattered. I'm my first week back at work this week, and I'm just totally drained. But I just wanted to update you to say I'd completed it, because obviously I want to get this vlog uploaded onto YouTube, ready to go. But yeah, thank you so much if you've got to this part in the video. I appreciate every single one of you who watches these videos, even if it's just little bits of them. Your interactions, your support, it means the world. I haven't got many followers. You know, that's not the be all and end all of these things, is it, I suppose? And as long as people are watching them or interacting, and we're having them conversations, that's absolutely fabulous. So with all that being said, please stick around and subscribe if you want more bookish content. I can't think what will be coming next. I have been planning videos in advance, so it's getting used to it. But I have done a couple of reading vlogs, or I think a couple of reading vlogs will be coming. One of the viewers on here has actually asked if I could do a thriller vlog where I read some thriller mystery books, which is a great idea. And I'm happy to do anything that you want to watch. So yeah, anything, pop it in the comments and I will get back to you. Right, take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.